Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be showing you some quick combos for the new Angelechy archetype. Um, this for me was quite a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie, because I was expecting this to be just like better and the cards to function better, because these are all like, the deck doesn't do anything on the opponent's turn. So the way you actually play the deck is you need just like generic stuff. You summon generic monsters like Cheng Ying, whatever. You play Floodgates, Skill Drain, whatever, right? Because you can actually play Skill Drain and Floodgates in this deck, because these are always going to be in the back row most of the time, and it's actually kind of hard to summon the monsters, and the monsters don't really do anything except this. Banish, which they can easily dodge and do a lot of stuff. The design was really weird with the deck. They could have made this like one of the best archetypes, and they just completely fumbled it. So I guess we have to wait for the next wave of support because it feels really bad. I'm not gonna lie. As a pure deck, obviously, because you can play this with other stuff and it can be decent. So with this, I am playing Fallen of White. And you can also play Spark because Spark does turn off some of your hand traps like Full Loss, Ash Blossom, Bell, and Droll. So you can choose not to play this. You don't really need to play this, to be honest. This is just like extra. And then for the other stuff, you basically just like max out on 3, 3, 3. These are like the main cards. This is optional to play at 2, I feel like. I'm currently playing 2 because, again, the deck is very new. And then let me show you the combos, and then we'll talk about like the rest of the stuff after. So we should actually, I don't know why I'm even going here. I have this right here. So we have a one card Fallen of White combo. Now, Fallen of White is actually a true one card combo in this deck. If you guys are wondering how, let's see. So let's play this out. So we are gonna special summon the Fallen of Whites, trigger its effect, summon Ecclesia from the deck, and then we go into Glitch Clutch. So this is actually a new card, also coming in Chaos Origins. What it does is on Synchro Summon only, you can add a level 8 or higher monster with 0 attack from your deck to your hand. So the 0 attack monster is obviously going to be this new card. This is what carries the entire deck. Okay, this is like your core card. Even though it's not an Angelechy monster, it might as well be, right? This does everything. It's such a broken card. So let's see what we do here. We're going to special summon it, and we can special summon it because we control a synchro monster. So this says if you control a synchro on field or grave, you can special summon. So when you special summon it has a very powerful effect where you can place up to 3 synchro monsters with different names from your extra deck and or grave in your spell and trap zone as face-up continuous spells. Then you can get a token up to the number of, I guess, synchros that you put in your back row. So what we're going to do here is actually put only 2. And then these are going to be put into the back row here as continuous spells, okay? Now we also get a token, which is going to be a level 2 token, and it's going to be a non-tuner, right? And then this is a tuner monster, and this is a non-tuner, okay? So when these actually hits the back row, you can see this triggers. If this card is placed in the spell and trap zone as a continuous spell, you can place one, basically king from your extra deck in your spell and trap zone. And then this also triggers to add a Angelechy spell. So we want to actually chain link block this with this because this can't get hand trapped except with like Ogre. And then this would not get ashed here. So we go chain link 1, chain link 2, and then we are going to put the king into the back row as well. And then add the field spell. And then when this goes into the back row, it also triggers to add a trap card. So we're going to add in Angelechy Trap. Now we can activate the field spell. So the field spell requires you to actually discard a spell or trap, which is why we actually needed to do this. And the reason we grabbed this one is because this has an effect in the grave. It says you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one Angelechy spell or trap. So we're actually going to use this. So this on discard, I'm going to summon a level 2 Angelechy, which is going to be the pawn. And then it's also going to place an Angelechy monster from your extra deck into your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So we summon the pawn, and then we can put another one of the knights. Knight is going to be very good here because anytime your opponent activates anything, including hand traps, they're going to take 500 damage. And because we have 2, this actually stacks. So we're going to burn him for 1,000 every time he activates anything. And then this is saying he can only activate up to 5 monster effects. And then this is giving us protection from like Ogre and all of these cards. So even, like I did say earlier, like the only thing that can hit this is like Ogre. But like Ogre can't stop it. Ogre can't stop this actually. It can't stop the other cards because this says for some fucking reason other Angelic cards cannot be like destroyed by card effects. So this one can be, which is really weird. And then it like conflicts with this. But anyways, so after we do this, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna trigger the trap, and then we're gonna add this one, the opening. Opening is a turn 0 play, but it's also a trap card that you can use on the opponent's turn as well. And it has a very powerful effect here. So we're gonna keep this for now. Then we're gonna use the glitch and the token to go into Chaos Angel. So why can we do this? Because the Null Gainer is a dark. The token we had was a light monster, as you can see. So it's a machine light, and it was a level 2 token. So we can actually use it to go into Chaos Angel, which requires a light and a dark. So this means we're applying both of these effects right now. So our synchros are unaffected by activated monster effects, and they also like can't be destroyed by battle, which means this is safe from literally everything. But we're actually not going to keep this on the field because this is useless. We're actually going to go for a better play. So we're going to activate the Chaos Angel to banish this to actually make room because we are going to set Fallen Virtuous in the end phase. And then we're going to synchro with the Enlisted and the Witness of the Ancients. What do you guys think we're going into here? Yes. Back to back. Fun game. Okay, so back to back is gonna level modulate to like destroy your opponent. All your tuners can attack twice during each battle phase. And then whenever they activate anything, you can basically recycle your hand traps. You can summon this from the graveyard. You can summon this from the grave. This is gonna actually trigger its effect when it's summoned, which means if you summon it with back to back, you can put even more floodgates into your back row because you can put more like another knight. You can put another one of these if they out it. You can put another one of the castle to protect. Like this is so powerful. Reviving this with back to back on the opponent's turn. You can also revive the Ecclesia. This would be better if you are playing OG Elbaz, because then you can tribute and then summon. Now there are some locks within the deck like this. This actually locks you, as you can see, for 2 turns, right? So if you use this on turn 0, you're going to be locked. So you just be careful with this. And then this only locks you until the end of the turn. So on the opponent's turn, you will be able to actually like use if you want to. And yeah, this basically makes like back-to-back super powerful. And if you have like Veilers that you used, Ash Blossoms, whatever, you can just recycle them back with the back-to-back. And then you can also synchro summon after you add, right? So I could technically just like, summon some stuff and then synchro with the hand as well. Actually, you can't synchro with the hand because like this is not cool tune. Do not cheat, guys. Don't actually do that. But you can summon like 2 monsters, right? 2 tuners, and then you can make something like Zalin if you go like revive Ecclesia and then revive like an Ash Blossom or a Bell, which we're playing both of them. And then you can go into a Zalin with this, which is a level 7, I believe. And then that's like an additional interruption that you can get if you want to. And yeah, we set the trap, and then end phase we get the Fallen the Virtuous, and then we can also get the the Ecclesia back because we're not playing Zalin here. And if you're wondering, like, okay, well, can he like stop the back-to-back? Back-to-back currently is unaffected because Chaos Angel applies this to all synchro monsters that you control. So it can't be destroyed by battle, it's also unaffected by activated monster effects. They need specifically like Impermanence, Droplets, Crown, like a spell or trap to like out the back-to-back. And then they're getting burned for 1,000 every time they activate anything. So they can only activate 8 cards, assuming their life points is at 8k. And then they die. We have Fallen the Virtuous as well, which you can keep this engraved to actually like special summon one of these, and then you can force special summon this to actually put another like one of these into your back row if you don't want to rely on back-to-back to do this. So there's like a lot of stuff that you can do here, and then this also is going to be able to put stuff into your back row. So unfortunately, like the deck doesn't do anything on your opponent's turn. You're just floodgating your opponent with like these in the back row. But yeah, you're just gonna burn them to death. They can only activate 5 monster effects, and GG's. And if they out like one of your Angelic cards, this actually can special summon one of them. So yep, this is for combo 1. Combo 2 is gonna be just like Angelic cards. So unfortunately, there is no 1-card combo with this. You actually need to have like a spell or trap to discard for the field spell. Again, like the archetype is really weak on its own. You have to play it with other stuff. So we're gonna discard whatever. This can be literally anything. And then we're gonna put these two. We special summon this and then put the castle, I mean, into the back row. And then castle triggers to put the king into the back row. And then king triggers to add a trap card. You can either add this or you can add this, which I think this would be better here. So you can also get the knights. And then you set it, and on the opponent's turn, you activate it, put this, and then you special summon a knight or a pawn, and then you get to put like this into the background. So this does not say, it has to be different names. It says level 2, blah, 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 place one Angelic monster from your extra deck in your spell and trap zone. So you can special summon a knight and then put a knight into your back row. This was just by mistake, don't worry about that. And yeah, you can basically pass on this. So this is protecting all your cards except itself from like card effect destruction. And then if like any of them get outed, you can like special summon one of them, you return them to the extra deck and then special summon it. And then you have this, burning him for 500 every time he activates anything, and then this says he can only activate 5 monster effects. So this is basically what the deck does on its own. It's not really much, but yeah. Now let me show you something else as well. There's another thing that you can do. Okay, you can play this deck with like multiple different variants. So if we shuffle all of these back, okay, and let's say your opponent is going first, and we have a Harmonia in the hand, okay, what can we do with a Harmonia in hand? So opponent activates whatever they're playing their turn. We go Harmonia, special summon, and then we send anything to the grave. It doesn't matter, any synchro. Let's say we send Cloud Beast, spin something back. Cool. Now, actually, okay, I have something better. I should show you first, and then I'll show you this. So what we can do here is we can actually send Lulu, which I'm not playing here because I don't need it here. It would be a different build that I would be playing it. So you send Lulu Walilith, and then in the end phase, it's gonna trigger, okay, in the graveyard. So let's just assume that this is Lulu, okay? Let's just send this to the grave, assume it's Lulu, and it triggers in the end phase to special a light spellcaster with same attack and defense. So you summon a Ecclesia, okay? Our turn comes, we go Ecclesia into Fallen of White, okay, and then we go Fallen of White, revive this, and then you can synchro with these two, and then you can go into either Crimson King if you play Chaos with the deck, okay? If you play Chaos, you go Crimson King, and then you add a Crimson Call, and then you get to Grifo. Otherwise, you can go into the Ecclesia Synchro, and then you can do a line with this. Otherwise, you can go into Glitch Clutch, and then you can add this if you don't have it in hand, assuming like it was only Harmonia and nothing else. Or you can go into like whatever else you're playing, basically. You can just make it a level 8 synchro. Otherwise, okay, assuming that we actually don't like do this, instead, what we do is, let's say we send Cloud Beast, okay? So we send this to the grave, and then our turn comes, we have Harmonia plus this in our hand, okay? Our turn, we can special summon this from hand, because we have Cloud Beast in the grave, and this says field or grave, okay? And then you trigger its effect, and then you get to actually like put the knights, and you can put the castle into the back row. And then these are both going to trigger. So we trigger this, and then we trigger this as well. And we also get a token. So this is going to be a level 2 token. Okay. Now we, again, like this is going to be very similar to like the combo that we did earlier. But we're going second this time. So this is actually like attempting to go for lethal. So we add this to the hand. And then the castle obviously triggered, so we can also put the king into the back row. Okay, if Dueling Book would work. Dueling Book sucks. I actually don't like Dueling Book at all. But it's usually like the first thing that actually like does, you know, release these cards. So after you put the king into the back row, you get to add a trap, and then we basically do like the same thing that we did earlier. You just add whatever, and then you can activate this, and then discard this with the effect, and then you get to basically special summon this in attack, defense, whatever, and then you also put something into your back row. Now, going for lethal is actually a lot easier, because most likely what's going to happen is like you would have like burned him with these if you went for a turn 0 play with like the actual trap. Otherwise, when you put these, if they activate anything at any time, they're taking damage as well, which makes lethaling a lot easier as well. So now we're gonna, actually we don't even need to trigger this. So we can just use this and this to go into back-to-back, and then back-to-back gives us double attacks here. Okay, so we go B2B, and then we go 32, 32, 25 per game. Okay, this can also attack again, so it's 2 attacks, 2 attacks. Otherwise, this is a link, it's a non-tuner level 2, so you can use this plus this to go into a level 9 synchro if you want. Now, I am not actually playing any level 9 synchros, but you can play them. There's quite a few that are good. There's one that like nukes the opponent's field and so on. But this is like something cool that you can do. With Chaos, it's gonna be a lot better, I feel like, because then you can go like Crimson King, and then you get to Grifo, and then you can continue playing off of that, right? And yeah, and there's also a way where what you can do is you can go Granganol, okay? You go Granganol with the Cartesia line, so you go, let me just show you real quick. So you go Ecclesia Synchro, okay? And then Ecclesia Synchro summon Cartesia. You need a light or dark in hand to fuse with. And then the Cartesia fuses with that monster. You go into Granganol. Granganol sends the new, what do you call it? The Witness of the Ancients, because it's a level 6 or higher, light or dark. And then because you already special summoned Albaz from your hand by sending Albion, usually what you would do, in the end phase, you grab a Fallen the Virtuous, add it to your hand, and then you activate it, special summon this from the grave that you milled, and then you still get to trigger this right here in the end phase. And then in the end phase, you're going to be able to actually put these up, and these are going to be applying their effects, right? Burn, 5 monster effects, and whatever. And that's going to be quite powerful. So, yeah. This is basically it. This is just a short combo. I'm gonna make like a video testing these cards out and seeing like how well they perform. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.